What up, y'all? This your boy Pilo. Sitting here, just got back from another workout. Got all fresh, clean, lined up. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But sitting here chilling. Got to roast something. I wanted to talk about something today. I know my mom's is gonna love this when I talk about it. She's my number one encouragement. You know, as far as I want to talk about being a single dad today, and I want to let y'all in on the whole thing. My mom's gonna love this. Like I said, she when this all first went down, she was the one that really encouraged me, reminded me that I do have other family to help. You know, when the times get hard, and when they do get hard, I think about it every day. You know, but I don't let nothing get to me. Oh, well, at least I try not to, you know, but I do have a good support team, and I think that's the first key if you're going to make a major step in anything, is you got to have a good, strong support team. Okay, first of all, well, those of you that know me, you already know my story, but to the many that don't know, I was a drug addict for 10 years. I was hooked on crystal meth for 10 years. During this time, I met my kid's mom. Both smoked a bunch of dope together and blah, blah, blah. We ended up getting pregnant and, you know, kind of stopped doing dope and shit like that through the pregnancy. Then we had my daughter, and then after that we started using again, you know, after we had her and everything. So, but we ended up going to rehab, and we were clean for like 3 years. We ended up having a son, another son. And everything was good. We were clean for about 3 years. We got out of rehab. We split up. And when we split up, I found out I was having the kids every weekend. She was having them all weekend. I was having them during the weekend. She would come drop them off at my house. Because I work. I had an apartment, shit like that. So she would come drop the kids off on the weekend. You know, and I would fucking have the kids for the weekend, and she'd drop them off Monday. I'd go back to work, pick them up Friday night. You know how it goes. So one weekend, she drops them off, and she gives me a bag, and she, you know, kisses me bye and says, "All right, I'll see y'all later." Then she bounced. I ended up not seeing her or hearing from her for over a month. So, anyways, after a month came around, it was already in my head. You know, my sister, she was in it. She's going to help me. She knows the situation. You know, my mom has been telling me the whole time, enough of this shit. You're clean. You know, fuck it. You could do it on your own. I could do it. I have a job. I got a house. You know, fully sustainable person. You know, I could do this. So I did it. She came back about a month or so later. And was like, all right, cool, want to take them? And I was like, no, check it out. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to take them. You're going to go get clean. You're going to get your shit together. She agreed. She agreed to it. And anyways, so the next 4 years, well, actually this was in 2010. So over the next 6 years, and including now, I will be dealing with that woman and the lack of her in their lives, and the impact that it had on their life alone is crazy. You really don't think, you know, that a fucking 2-year-old boy and a fucking, you know, 3-year-old girl, you know, would know anything about it, but that's a goddamn lie. They know when their parents are gone. They know when they used to live with their mom and used to visit their dad on the weekends. Now all of a sudden they live with their dad and mom's not around. They know that shit, and they get it. So I was in the trip for, you know, I was in for the trip of a lifetime. I'm a pretty, you know, level-minded person, pretty strong person. Once I put my fingers into something, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna get it right. So I've always wanted to be the best possible dad I could, you know, but I do have a problem. I do have a drug problem. Still to this day, you know, I stay away from it for a reason, because it's so damn dangerous to me. You know, but anyway, so I took him, and she completely disappeared for about 3 years. Didn't have nothing. She didn't call him. She did nothing, and to the point to where they had kind of like we forgot. We had kind of moved on. She actually up lying because she would come around like once or twice a year. You know, say hi, whatever, blah blah, but that would tear it up. Eventually, I told her to stop coming around because it was hurting them too bad. Matiana, my daughter was getting in trouble at school and shit like that. Like shit like that was happening. So I have a brother that stayed in Phoenix, my littlest brother, him and his wife. And he had been telling us, you know, hey man, it's better out here, it's good out here, you know, such and such, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you move out here, man? So it took me 2 years, but I fucking moved out here. I got my taxes, I moved out here. I told her, bye, you know, we're moving the fuck out, you know, get your shit together. You'll always have a place, but you gotta be clean if you're gonna see them. I'm not gonna let you come in their lives all dirty and fucked up in and out. It's not gonna happen anymore. Get yourself clean, you can come back and I'll let you around. Remember, the key of this whole situation, I did not want to keep her away from the kids. That was not the point. The point is, I want a fucking drug addict around my kids, you know? They deserve way more than that. Every kid deserves more than that. They deserve your best. So, we ended up moving out here to Phoenix. Best choice I've ever made in my life. I've been doing nothing but inclining, you know, since I got here, man. I got a full-time job. Got the first apartment I've ever had by myself with no roommates. All bills is in my name. My kids stay with me. I'm the happiest I've ever been. You know, I'm losing a little. Now I've got to the point to where I'm losing, you know, I'm losing a little weight. I'm starting to do these little videos. Like, life is cool. About a year ago, about a year and a half ago, my kid's mom, she had hit me up, said she was done. She wanted to get out here. So I told her ass, I said, look, you get your shit together. You get clean. Buy you a ticket. Get yourself a trip, get yourself out here, and you can stay with me until you get yourself a job and blah blah blah. She did it. She ended up getting a ticket or whatever, getting herself out here over a year ago now. It was like last December. She moved out here, man. She's changed her life. She's been doing fucking good. She's got her own house. You know, shit is all good. And people give me shit. Well, why the hell you bring your kid's mom out here? Look, man, my kids deserve both of their parents in their life. They don't deserve. I'm not just their only parent. You know, what is it gonna look like when they're fucking growing up and they ask me, "Where's my mom?" And I'm like, "Well, your mom, you know, she was on drugs." And you know, I want them to know that I gave their mom every opportunity to be in their life. You know, that I really did want that for them. I think that's what about being a good dad is about too. You know, it's about, you know. I'm not being selfish. I don't want to be selfish. I'm not their only parent. I don't hate their mom. I don't let them disrespect their mom. I don't let anybody disrespect their mom. That's their mom. That's them. You know what I'm saying? So, what I feel like if somebody was talking shit about me and she was allowed it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, long story short. Being a single father it's the easiest thing that I could ever imagine, because the simple fact that I cannot do anything else. I don't have any advice for people out there. I don't have any advice because I did what came natural. You know what I mean? I did what my instincts told me to do. I don't have it. It's not in me to not be there with my kids. My body physically will not allow me to not be there. So as far as advice to motherfuckers, I really don't have advice. I mean, I could tell you what I would do. And what I would do is I would go out of my way, above and beyond, to make sure that my kids are happy, safe, secure, you know, and that I make every decision with my kids in mind. Like I said, it's the easiest choice I ever made. It's the easiest thing. Now, it does get kind of difficult. I made a full commitment to my kids, y'all. I haven't been with a woman in over 2 years now. Since I've been out here, I'm completely celibate. So, people don't understand that either. How I do it. I don't know how I do it, y'all. It's one or the other. It's take care of my kids or slip up and have these freaks around my house. You know, stink ass women and shit like that. So I ain't with that. I don't want no stink ass bitches around my daughter. I want a good woman around. If anybody's gonna be around, it's gonna be their mama or a good woman in my life. You know what I mean? And since I ain't get back with their mama, then I'll wait for the good woman. She out there somewhere. She coming. But you know, that's just not on my mind. Being with somebody right now, you know, it's not on my mind. I think about it. Yeah, it sucks. Sometimes this shit sucks being alone, but I made my choice, you know? So, and I've always told myself, no matter what, I was always going to try to be the best dad I possibly could. No matter what. I'll continue this. You can't throw any money at me. You can't throw nothing at me to make me change my ways. I don't love my kids. I need my kids. I need them. And you know, I think sometimes too, like another thing, like if I could go, like people say, well, if I could go back and change anything, you know what, as shitty as shit was at times, and the drug abuse and bad shit that I've done in my life, I wouldn't go back and change a single fucking thing. Not one thing, not one time. If I wouldn't have made the choices I made in order at the times I made them and met my kid's mom, I would not have my kids. If I would have not started smoking dope, I would have not met my fucking kid's mom. We would have not had my kids, and I wouldn't have my kids. And I cannot imagine my life without my kids. I can't imagine life with some other kids. You know what I mean? I don't want that life. I want the life that I have with my kids. I would not change a single fucking thing. And I've accepted that. I've accepted that I'm not going to go to college. And I've accepted that I'm not going to play in the NFL. And I'm not going to... I've accepted that shit. You know what I mean? Because it's... I'm right where I need to be. And if my kids succeed, that's all that matters. That's real shit. That's real shit. I'll have my day. I'll have my day. Know that Grandpa's going to have his day. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I had my fun in the beginning. Right now, it's hustle, hustle, work, work. And I'll have my fun. Pretty much the only advice I can really give y'all about that is just do what you got to do, man. If it feels right, it's because it is right. I know your fucking kids. You know, they're my kids. Who the fuck else is going to take care of my kids? You know what I mean? I couldn't see nobody else. Just no way. Couldn't live with myself, man. But there's a lot of sacrifices I make every day. And that's all right. It's all right, you know. It's okay. But I just wanted to share some real shit with y'all. I get a lot of shit sometimes from my friends and my family about why am I single and blah, blah, blah. But I'm just not in a rush. Right now, my goal is to make sure my kids are cool. Get them home from school every day, do their homework, and make sure they lay on a pillow in their room every night. That's my number one concern. You know, I've gotten my pussy. I've had sex. I've had this. I've had that. I've done this. I've done that. Right now, I'm being a daddy, and that's it. That's it. I don't ever think twice about it. So that doesn't mean I don't want a motherfucking woman in my life, but I won't be run by, you know what I'm saying? You can't fool me. You can't, unless you're a real, you know what I'm saying? Unless I get a real one, that's it. I'll be cool. I'll be happy right where I am at. I ain't about to bring no sluts, no whores around my daughter. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? I want my daughter to grow up. I want my daughter to know what a good man is. You know what I'm saying? I want her to know what a good man is. And if she was to meet a fucking scaly, snaky, stupid fucking little poo butt ass dude in her life, she would know right off top, oh, this guy's a fucking douchebag. You know what I mean? No, I don't want that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all, thanks for watching again. This video got a little deep with you again. I hope I covered everything. I wanted to just brief tell my little story. By the way, I've been clean for about 4 years now. So doing my thing, y'all. Y'all be cool. And remember, love your family, y'all. And bless up. Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. And leave some comments, y'all. Tell me what's up with y'all. And reach out and contact me, y'all. Love your family, y'all. And bless up. All right.